All right, I think we should be alive, and we're back for session 33 of a little bit of Cozy All the Mods 9. And I think we were doing a little bit of exploring and setting up some share stones and trying to split everything out and kind of have a look at... oh, no, thank you very much for making a lot of noise. Yeah, the areas of basically having the sort of we're splitting kind of locations into these share stones, and yeah, so that we can then kind of get a few of these. Oh, really? Okay, let's just kill these. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, we were splitting everything up and then kind of tidying up our locations. So, just because, yeah, we've got an awful lot of places in here, and we kind of want some basically set up so like all our overworld places are here. I say overworld, like the class and mining dimension, Twilight Forest, you know, kind of overworld like, whereas anything that's a little bit hellish, and there we go, is in here. This one, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with blue. Might do like a few of the other modded dimensions that aren't so grassy, if that makes sense. And I've got End City and same with the Ancient City, really. That's kind of overworld too. And what is this one? This is the black one, and I have a green share stone, which is blue. So green is the more overworldy one, which, yeah, we can probably change the Ancient City one to be overworldy. So let's just hop here, and then I can actually destroy that, put that down. Ancient, no, let's try and spell this correctly. Ancient, something doesn't look right about that. Let me just quickly get my phone and go ancient and do that. ANCIENT. No, that looks right. That looks right. City. Done. So then we can go back to base. Okay, and then we're getting a whole bunch of waystones in our... Oh, we've got quite a lot of just junk hanging out in our thing. Yeah, so we probably want to do something about that. I probably also... Some of this needs to work. I'm not quite sure I'm entirely happy with how that looks. I'm certainly not happy with this, really, in all fairness. I know I've got the grass, but there's something just a little bit too patchwork about it. Weirdly, this one I'm happy with. I'm happy with the one way that the nether one looks. I like that. Yeah, the others I think need a bit of work. This, maybe it's just too much of this myelite stuff. Yeah, I wonder if maybe then a bit of obsidian might work. Even though obsidian isn't an overworld material, it's kind of associated strongly with the end. Maybe even some of the ore blocks would work well. In the way that they're all kind of flicking out like some dragonite, draconite ore, I think. Whatever. Let's just quickly cheap check on in here as well. How are we doing in here? We are happily processing silver. Okay, yep, fine. Okay, so let's sort out a little bit of all this stuff. As we've got a little bit of, we've got a lot of just crap on us. So those netherite boots can go in there. That's fine. That book, you can go in with the other books. Then let's have a little look in here. Is there anything in here which I don't necessarily want to go into storage? We actually have quite a lot of technological things I don't necessarily want to go into storage because they're usually because they've got a bit of NBT in them. It'd be nice if there was an easier way to check if stuff has got NBT on it rather than just I was using kind of flux, no, not pipes with an item filter in it. And that was a way of checking. But this will have to do for now. Okay, we can just let's reset. We've got a magic scroll. And let's just quickly have a little look. So we've got some wood. We've got network cable and connectors. That should be fine. Stone, cobalt, nylium. Maybe that could work in the other place. These drawers, yeah, because you've got some contents. Actually, this ender drawer, yeah, you're probably actually fine. Everything else is probably fine there. Reaction chamber, yeah, you're probably fine as well. And okay, so this one I keep on me because I want to I do want to deal with all the stuff that's inside there. Need to shut that door. Let's head downstairs. Let's then put this bag on the import bus. We could do with tidying up some of this stuff eventually. What have you got in there? You just got all the crude oil. Yeah, you have. Okay, so yeah, we will get around to dealing with that somehow. But I think what I want to do now is just to change direction completely. I really want to make a start on the okay, you go in there. No, wrong button. Yeah, I want to make a start on the enchanting house, just because then I can clear some space upstairs. I can then get a setting on yeah, clear some stuff out of that there, like so. Get a proper place for this, that, and the other, and then I can also what was I going to say? Yeah, I think it's just something I wanted to do. So I think just because of the way that those stairs are there, I definitely want to extend this path on this way. So let's get some dirt. We can do that. Oh, would you know exactly 1892 dirt? That seems suspicious. We then can also go. What do I want? I want some smooth stone. And do we have the? There is the connecting stuff. That's what we want. So you can go like that, and then you can kind of tie in like this. Oh, shield causing some difficulty there. And then let us quickly. I don't need my silk touch pick, but what I do need is the shovel. Oh dear me. So we get our shovel, and we can at least then get out of it. Also turn off cosmetic armor. I didn't need that. Okay, and there we go. There we go. That's kind of all set in there, and we know that that's kind of. I'll probably sort that one out properly in a bit. Might even do something here as well. But ultimately, we have then. Oh, that does look nice. We have then a space for our enchantment building. However, it's going to fit into here. So I need to. Work on what this is going to look like. Also, I wanted to put that. Let me just put that scroll away for a second. Okay, let's fly over here. Let's fly over to the magical things. You can go in there. Yeah, you're good for now. Until you are properly sorted. Okay. Yeah. Now, I have a little bit of space here, but we don't have a huge amount really, considering like you look at that floor print, compare it to the size of that building or even that building really, and you can see it is smaller than that house, it's smaller than that house. So what kind of building do I want? And what do I need in this building? So let's go there. Well, I need an area for the enchanting setups. I want an area for the apotheosis reforging and gem cutting. The enchantment library will pretty much sit near the enchanting areas, I think. And even like a little area with sort of some anvils and stuff to do with that can go in there as well. And then also really a little area that I can sort of take and dump in all my kind of equipment and stuff, and I want it to eventually sort of extract enchantments. I want it to filter things away so that if it's everything that gets the enchantments pulled off it, if it's kind of orange tier equipment, it gets salvaged for Godforged Pearls. If it isn't, then it gets sent to the salvager for the materials. If it is, or just get binned if it's nothing that can be recycled. With gems, I want the good tier gems to be kept, and anything else is to, as if you just really, yeah, good tier gems kept. Everything else is then recycled. Do you have anything worth talking about? Blue ice, rooted dirt, violet leather flowers. Oh, yeah. No, you do not. So, being aware of that, then I need kind of a good amount of space where we'll obviously want. I'll probably want a space for like 2 or 3, maybe I can get away with just 2 enchanting setups. I want a little space of, and I can do some stuff on the 2nd floor in all fairness. So I could have all the processing for materials up above, and then you can sort of feed down into below the things. Okay. You'll have to excuse me. Wow, that's quite a yawn. Well, what do I want then? Other than I want this guy to not be in my way. Sorry. I'm gonna have to check and make sure that my alignment is still doing okay, because I know I kind of get increases by killing various mobs. But so I don't obviously can have quite a bit of a long frontage, but I don't want it to be too too flat on the front. It needs to be kind of broken up a little bit. We can have certainly, well, let's just start putting some blocks down, and let's imagine what kind of front. So the minimum that I want is kind of, that's about as close as you're going to get. Probably even wants to be set back a little bit in all fairness. Now, we're going to have kind of a 1-room sort of area. Imagine you're kind of going to have your basic box. And that will have maybe a couple of rooms in it, be 1 storage area for all the gems, because some of them I want to keep, and then I want an area for kind of processing up the little bits. So you've got all the pearls and the things, and the cutting gems probably wants to be with the gem storage. Yeah, I wonder if you could have a way of, excuse me, storing them both at the same time. Or rather, an area so you can access it from one side of the wall, access it from the other. Well, yeah, you could do that. And then you want then kind of a bit to come through, so then you probably want maybe then like a corridor type thing. Maybe like that. Maybe like that, because you want the kind of the room to go off on one. And then I kind of almost want like 2 enchanting areas back to back, with then maybe like a tower to go up and down. Or could it be... Could I do it over this side? Could it be over here where I've got like the enchanting room? Because then this is going to be... I think this is going to be not really go anywhere, or it can break and then head that way. Because I know you only have the path going back there as well. While this is here, unless maybe that could be the entrance. Okay, maybe this side could be where I've got my enchanting table setups. And then this can be where the entrance goes in. Okay, so if that was the case, and is back to really enough? Yeah, it's kind of the extreme, isn't it? But that is kind of fine, actually. So if it was on this side, having the actual enchanting-y rooms, with then a break in between them. And you could have, say... Okay, well, let's just actually break this up for a second. And in here, I want to have... Because I also probably want a bit of storage for, like... I'm sure you can get some books to... If I go at apotheosis... yeah, these things. So you can actually have books, so it will only ever enchant the types of enchantment that go on whatever it is. So like leg plates and things. So you can do your whole kind of book enchanting rather than an item. Then you can make your books and put them on things. But then it will at least kind of apotheotic boss summoner. Okay, how do you make that? You can't make that. Alright, okay, that's just a... Fine, fair enough. So yeah, I want like a place to have them stashed in. So could I maybe do like a fake chimney on the outside, and then it brings in... So then you've almost got like an inset into the wall, but then all sorts of barrels. You could have barrels with the items in them here. And then that's a chimney on the outside. Okay, okay. So what I maybe want to do then is... bring this in one. And then I'm just going to need some torches. So let's get some torches. Bring them in. What are you? Upgraded torch. Okay, because we want then... That's going to be the basic setup of where you have a table. So that can be like that. The space almost wants to be able to come out quite a bit. Because you can then have it, yeah, like the full square basically, but not square. So you're kind of going to be the setup for that. You then maybe want a 1, 2, 3, like that kind of thing. Is that going to be enough? Do you reckon? And then a 3 by whatever, so you can have 3 by 3, 9. You can have then your enchantment library kind of... You could have the enchantment library in that section as well. So the library. And then all the books. So you can make the stuff, dump them in there. If you do have that... You know, I'm gonna knock down most of these torches. Because then we can keep them on us, but I also will... I know I'll probably want some more, so let's just make some more torches, and let's just grab a few, because they're such useful little things for... Let's do that. Oh, I don't have time to be dealing with these now while I'm doing that, so let's just sleep the night away. Let's kick it to daytime. Okay. Although I could kill a few just to offset the wandering trader that I killed. But let's get rid of them here anyway. There we go, I got one. Ha ha ha. They'll stay up there because I think they kind of fly up every time they take damage. So there is the thing, there is that. We can go 1, 2 like that, and then okay. There we go. So we are kind of making a little area. So there you go. That's kind of where I'm going to have my 2 enchanting setups on the inside. Unless I want 3. If I have 3, then I could have, like, you could have a cool... Well, I don't really need 3, because I was sort of saying you only want... Well, sure, you could theme me like, oh, I've got 1 hell version, 1 sea version, and 1 end version. I'm really going to have 1 max setup and then another one that should be slightly toggleable for some of the infusing setups. And I'll probably dip back and forth while I'm kind of actually getting there, because it can take a little bit of doing to make sure that you've got everything you need. You always end up having to make more than you need as well anyway. And then that is... That could work for that kind of area. And then, yeah, even though it's kind of tightly tucked in there, that's just because they're obviously going to have that stuff there. That should be fine. That should be fine. Which means you could come out a little bit and you've got then some area, so at least it kind of breaks up a little bit. We then could have a small... like a small forging area by going in here and let's see, is this really gonna be and I could even have it where then the building is kind of split into 2 a little bit. So you could have actually a wide kind of a bigger entrance area with there, this can be split into several. This can be sort of split up this area. Oh my goodness! Yeah, that's not what I want to do. No, 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 no. Let's have a bit of you, and we can sort of flip that along there. Okay. This is too big as it stands right now, but that is fine. And I will want more stone brick. Because let's see, how are we going to make this? How are we going to make this work? We could have then like if this was certainly the back, and sure, we've got a 3 wide open area here. You could then have a couple of anvil sections here with, what else do I need? Let's have a little look. If I go to, what do I need for apotheosis gear? That's going to be on the right hand side, but I'll want a, I suppose you need your applying gems, you need gem cutting, you need your salvaging table. I'm not even entirely sure what an augmenting table is. You need tables, okay. Then in apotheosis we have, oh, that's to do with your spawners and what have you. That is fine. Oh no. Okay. Oh, cool. You get a little bit of Bit of extra bonuses. Hey, okay, okay, fair enough. It's smart and use the fletching job about a player's job, so making arrows with potion effects in a crafting recipe. Can now use the fletching table. It's just cooler and more professional to use the designated table for it. Love it. Okay. So that is that. So then it is more in extreme. No, not extreme actors. So we should have somewhere the apotheosis enchanting. Right. Okay. And then this is the kind of the whole. This is what I'm going for to get to that. I know it has the best enchanting setup, but I actually hate the treasure enchantments. I think most of the time they are just annoying. Okay. Anyway, we want a nice, impressive entranceway. So this could even be a. Could this be the end section? And I know that 7 is pretty slim because that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's that. Like, that's not an awful lot of width at all. If I was to make it one wider, so that could work, I suppose, because then you could have like, could you do some cool stuff with piston? No, not really. But I have something set up like just to make it a little bit thicker. I think could work now. Do you want that aspect? Does it need to be like that? You can kind of fake it from how it looks on the outside to how it looks on the inside. And then you can have like a huge window in the middle on the inside. But that would mean kind of making it even wider and slightly bigger if I was to kind of do so let's actually get rid of you. And what I'm going to say is I actually want you to be there. Ha 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 ha. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're actually there. That means you're actually there. You're actually there. You're actually there. And that means this goes up to here. Okay. Also, then we'll just work on this part a little bit. Oh, no, goodness. Goodness, no. I want you to be that. Alright, okay, that wants to be normal. So yeah, if the table goes all the way up to here, it is now too bigger. Oh no, wait, no. No, it doesn't. That is the other arrows getting in the way. Okay, well, I mean, this could work in terms of how it is all laid out a little bit. Let me just break that. Let's just break that all in one. So then you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. Means that one, that's like that. Like that, there we go. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay, okay. And then that kind of nicely shuffles out to about here. And there you have it. So then, yes, you can have your kind of your backwards and forwards section there. And then it's tucked in a little bit, but then yes, you could even have then like a chimney coming out here, so that's fine. Something like that. Something like that. And then that is the kind of the guy goes into that area. Fine. Okay. So then you can have your back section here, which can be slightly split up a little bit. Because well, I'm going to end up with then. Do I end up with the house in really one big H sort of shape? Isn't necessarily a bad idea. This will be this is a good odd number. This is 7, 8, 9 kind of around. So this kind of doesn't actually want to be that that wide really, but could be one wider than that bit. So if that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the inside, so this can be 9 on the inside. 1, 2, 3, sure. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that puts that there, which does make it actually fairly slap bang in the middle. Okay, well that can work. I was thinking about maybe offsetting it back slightly. Which, in all fairness, I can still do. You can certainly do that. It doesn't have to be even in the middle here. You can actually have this, say, knocked back 2, knocked back 2 there, or even just 1. Knocking it back 1 here and knocking it back 1 there will make it look a lot different, because rather than it being 3 and 3, now 4 and 2, that is quite different. So, okay, if I was to then, let's get rid of these here, and actually, like that. And then same with getting rid of these here, and then you can go like that. And then you have your 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and that gives you a bit of space on the inside of here where the entrance is going to be. A little bit there. And then we can sort of work around that to some degree. You could even, hell, you could even do like a H style thing where it has then forwards, 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 forwards. If I was to do that, however, it would need how would I make that work? How would I make that work? Or if I want to break something up a little bit in some way, could I you can always have some sort of tower perhaps. This probably does want to be an even number, and only, well, funnily, because that's how you kind of can get your doors in it. So if you were, let's have a little look. If you were, for example, wall, and then get a window and then a wall. I'm starting to copy that style a little bit. So I wouldn't mind necessarily a bit more of that style. If you have like a 2 window. You have like a 2 window, a 2 thing. Let's just go along here for a second. So 2 window, 1, 2, door, door, 1, 2, window, window, thing, done. Like that. If it was like that, for example, that's a bit too big. That is too big. Alright, okay, scratch that. Get some of them back, please, and some of them back, please. There's window, window, da da da, door, door, blah, window, window, blah. Okay, coming on here. Assuming you even do it that way. You do it that way. Okay, well. We could certainly have it that then this can kind of come along a little bit. That is just your basic house shape there. How is this going to work? Because then, yeah, sure, you can have your setback little porch area. It's kind of in the middle, kind of nice. We obviously can't fit the same shape here as we can on the other side. We don't have the room anymore. If anything, and I want it to not go up to the edge, really. Want to, I think you've got a hard line here. That is not enough space for anything here, really. You could maybe get rid of one of these windows and have this thing be set forward, kind of almost like a bay window aspect. So you could do that with them, get rid of them, bring this forward a little bit. And this is actually just a kind of I like that kind of shape thing. And then you can go here with this. This can kind of otherwise corner up nicely. And then in order to break up the shape here, so yeah, sure, you've got your front bay window, which is actually what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, no, you can't have it be 8. You can't have it be an even. Well, I suppose you could if it's just a little kind of, if that's just a one floor kind of mezzanine little area. You could absolutely have it be. I think it doesn't help because that's. There you go. That kind of shows off the shape of that. Okay, okay. Yeah, you could do like a 2 or a 4 window. In fact, having like a large lower window there could work. And then you've got, yeah, your window. One of those is a window, the other one is a door. That is kind of fine. The fact that it doesn't stick forward as far as this, also fine, but it will look very, very different. Because, yeah, then that's just like a little porch patio thing. And then you could even break out a little bit by maybe having a tower stuck at the back here. And then that could be a way of having this stop, basically. Because you would otherwise have... How am I going to put this in? How am I going to stick this tower just in here? Because, yeah, it is otherwise going to... Yeah, you're going to have the end section here. And I suppose you can literally just have the tower kind of growing up. Even if you had it centered on the corner here. And that can happily break out a little bit. You could even actually have the tower centered here. And that means you can then have a little doorway here, or you can do something with the path kind of going along here. You can work with this in some way, I feel. So the question then is just like, then how big do you build your little tower? I think that might be quite nice just to stick it on the end here. Actually, it'll break everything up. Okay, so I want to go. Let's have a little think. Let's just have a quick look. Now I can get the. Let's quickly go Minecraft search on my phone for. Let's have a little circle. There we go. Images. What do we want? The classic 11, which is, what is that? 5 diagonal, diagonal, 5 diagonal, diagonal. Oh, 15 is quite a large tower. And that is then the, was it 5, 2, 1, 2, 5. Yeah. Okay, let's have a go with this kind of thing. So how many out is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go 1. What was that? Okay, let's just place some alternating torches. So I've got a bit of a size guide. I don't think I need to go out that far. But we can then have a, hopefully this isn't too big actually, and if it is, well then we can knock it back a little bit. Because I would have 1, 2, 3 torches. 1, 2, 3 torches. And the 5th is where this is going to go. So 3, there we go, either side. There's your 5, because then you then do like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it would be like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then like that, like that, like that. I need some more stone brick. Oh, let's have a little bit of you. Okay, how is that in terms of a tower on the edge? That's too big. That is too big. That dwarfs the entire building, really. Okay, so let's break you. Let's break you. You can go. Then we'll break you. I'll break you. And you can go. So that was too big. That was too big in terms of that circle. So let's knock it down a couple. And we instead have 2 torches and we start on this one. So we instead go here. And this one looks a lot smoother because we can go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 5. And then you're just going to go diagonal, diagonal, and then no, not you. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Diagonal, diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Diagonal, diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Diagonal, diagonal. Hopefully that's a more reasonable tower, and I know it's not quite as circular because of the way you've got the sort of like, you know, 4 pretty much straight lines and then the diagonals. It's pretty things, but I think that's also a reasonable size for the tower, and then hopefully kind of by how you top it up, how you top the tower, that will yeah, hopefully that will make it work. And yeah, it might look a bit odd, but hopefully the whole kind of the tower just piercing through will end up being good enough. You can have that to be a natural kind of closed off area, like it just sort of stops, goes in there. You can have a little door in there, in all fairness, or even here. But I think that should work in terms of, I like that as in terms of like a basic kind of house shape. I think that might just work. Might just work. Okay, so let's start doing things that we want to do. Kind of idea of this area being sort of set down a little bit and feeling almost a bit dungeony. So then even when you have like two high style things, and you can still have the roof. I still like that. I like that idea. But yeah, I might do that. Let's do 1, 2 there. 2, 3, 4. So let's do 4 high. Right, I actually need a lot more stone brick. And I also then need my building tool, and we're going to have a little go at, you know, kind of at least getting the framework of this place. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so like that, like that, like that. I'm going to do my initial 1, 2, 3, 4. That can come along like this. This can be 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will probably quickly do it like that, even though I know that this tower is essentially then going to absolutely break out kind of thing. Well, that is the that initial layer. Could it be that only this room is 2 stories tall? No, no. I think I do need I do totally need a second story about this for this. Like, even if that only sticks out a little bit. No, that's fine. That is fine. That should be fine, I think. I should be able to sort of totally go 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's get this in. Okay. Same here. 1, 2, 2. Okay, let's just pop that in. And we can do that. There we go. So we're kind of getting this little frame on the go here, certainly for the downstairs. Now this is where we will then I'll probably put in some blocks here. And I guess we'll also do that as well. Over here, I'm not quite sure how we're going to get this to work. We might even do the same kind of partitions in here. So I'll space it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then this can be sort of internally something that we do. We'll see about that one. We'll see about that one because, yeah, in all fairness, as an internal wall, how it looks is going to be very different. So hopefully we'll break the illusion a little bit. Okay. We might end up wanting to do that out here because then you can go 1, 2, 3, and here. And you can sort of break that up, and it's just, you know, in terms of the paneling, 1, 2, 3, and again we can do then the same sort of thing here as well. And because we've got the extra layer, we can actually keep things relatively hidden, so the outside doesn't have to look anything like the inside. Certainly, if I do any windows in here, and I could even just do like barred windows or what have you, and it can all look fairly fairly good. And like I say, this is going to be a chimney that I'm going to tack onto the outside, but it will. Yeah, I wonder if I might make make that out of a slightly different stone, so it kind of looks the part when it goes up. Either way, maybe have you do that and do that here, and I can kind of then fill that in terms of I just need some stone. And you can kind of do that and then kind of go, right, okay, let's fill this in. Can do that there, and then also that. So we're just kind of getting the kind of this all filled in. Okay. Let's get that done, and I'll probably break a window in there somehow, some way. We'll make that work. If I don't even then put some pillars in as well, we can see about that one. We can see about that one. Might end up doing it. In all fairness, I think that might just work better that way. And then Whoops, there we go. We've completely forgotten. Right, okay, let's get some. That's kind of how it looks on the outside. Let's just, yeah, get the outside bits filled in. Let's stand over here actually, because then I can do, there we go, and let's get you, and you tucked in. Well, like I say, that's going to be very different. Let's get that bit tucked in. Let's push forward so it's not blocking up the whole thing, and then that, and then that, and that, and that. Okay, so we have a basics of a kind of a structure basically. So I know you're going to be like that, you're going to be like that. This whole entranceway and doorway will be slightly different. This will be cut out basically. We won't, this inner wall won't really exist too much. We can how might I get this to work in terms of bits of stone brick with inlays? I wonder if I did sort of like a bar like that, similar here, and maybe kind of do these layers at this point. And then I wonder you could even have it so that, and then same here. And then have these panels actually be in stone, with then kind of various ribs along that can then go up and up and up, and have some sort of effect here maybe, or that could work. That could absolutely work. Even rib it to be the same as the house, the way that you've got then kind of the layer. So then if I did kind of like that, you'd be like, okay, like this and like this. And then, okay, let's try it from over here. Wait, no, up we go. So like that, and then like this. Okay. Oops, no, come on. Let's get up on there. Because then I can do this, and then actually colour that one in that way. And you can kind of do that, you can then do that, you can do that, and do that. And you can happily do blah, blah, and then blah. No, yeah, no, we have forgotten one couple of things in that we do want it to be. It's actually like that and like that. And then like that, like that, like that, like that. Okay, yep, fair enough. So this actually wants to be one shorter. So if I did that there, then yeah, there we go. And I can even do just like that, just like that. And then like you, like you, like you. And like that, like that. Like that. And then like that, like that. Perfect. Perfect. Because then it's what's the level? There we go. And like that, like that, like that. Oh, there we go. And then finally like that. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. we go on there, is that the right level? Can't quite tell, but I don't think it's too high. No, actually, no, that's right. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. And there we have it. So. Oops. All right. Okay. Let's break this one down a bit then. Here we go. Okay. And then there we have kind of the, you know, the tower kind of poking out a little bit, complete with missing, the missing bit there. So let's just fill that one in there. Okay, okay. That's kind of the basic frame. That's kind of our basic frame setup. You would then have your you would then have your roof actually be larger than life here. And I wonder then, yeah, do I want to kind of set in, how is it going to work over here? Do I want the kind of then, if I break that and did it as a row of, extra row of that. And then, yeah, because then you could certainly have like, yeah, maybe that would work actually. So then I can actually do you and you. And that also allows us to, we can then kind of go extra block. Okay, come across over here, extra block. Not quite as wide as the other place, but that's fine. It doesn't want to be identical. But yeah, then we can do something similar over here to break, and break. And then over here we can go break, and then break. And like that. Okay. We got here, and here, and here, and here. Okay. Will that be fine? Or do I want it to maybe hang out a little bit forwards and a little bit back as well? We don't want it to be over along that way. Heading back that way, that can work a little bit better just because you are doing your own thing back here to a degree. I'm also just aware of how much that bay window is going to stick forward. It's probably not even that much really. We'll see what we can do in terms of keeping the whole thing classified or illuminated. That can be adjusted forwards or backwards a bit. I don't mind if it sticks forward one or even two really. That one can take its kind of a bit of sweet time in how it takes up the space in here. Okay. But we'll have to arrange the space in here somewhat. Because really you probably want to make like a little bit of a kind of thing. You could have the doorway here, and then that means then if you have just the window there, it won't necessarily clog up this kind of bit of window here. So there's your doorway. Do that for the stairs. And then you can have quite a big sort of stepping up type of affair. We can have let's see, this can go. You can all be replaced with actual brick blocks. Let's get a couple of stairs in here. Even though we're just going to do them temporarily for like that type of thing. Just because I think it's a classic and iconic look. Then if you then have your things in there, that means you now have like a free window space, although in all fairness, this is going to disappear because this is going to be window as well. You could even then have that be like that. You won't necessarily be able to tell because that's going to be covered and hidden. You've then got space for window. Or could you even have it that it was window? Probably could, in all fairness, that could probably work. You can window box it up there or do something with that space. Certainly if I was just kind of like that. It's not going to exactly look like that, but then oh, would that even be fine? No, I do need some pillar. Well, we'll see what happens there. We'll see. And then this can always be something like that. Because let's have a little look. Let's have a little think. So if this is your doorway, you don't necessarily want it to be. I know that that's going to be the entrance to there. That's fine. Oh dear me. This can be happily a too wide area. It doesn't have to be the same as over there. If anything, it probably helps that if it isn't that. That or you have it kind of at the back here. Because this can be open like that. You could even have then yeah, not sure how that's going to work. Come in through here, clap, clap, clap. Immediately you've got your door. Let's get some planks. Let's get some maple planks. Let's get a couple of stacks of them. And what we can do is plonk one of them down, do that. No. Undo. Undo. There we go. Let's just get this floor in here. Yeah, since that is going to be floor, I then actually do want to have some stairs there. This is actually going to step down. And then this area itself is going to be not you. Where's my exchanging gadget? There you go. Oops, slipped that one up. Okay, no, exchanging gadget. Exchanging. And then I want it to be area. Let's go range 5. Actually, let's go range 7. And there we go. And there we go, a bit extra. Okay, so there we have it. And then I can just then go and put that one back. So here we go. That is going to be the basis of, and then like that for Windows maybe. I could totally see that's being where they are. That's a little bit odd, not going to lie, but we can work around it or get rid of it. Because what is that? That is what, 1, 2, 3, and then the thing. If that was the case over here, it would be 1, 2, 3, like that, and then kind of like that for here. Maybe. These might end up getting replaced. Actually, let's replace you with stone bricks for now. And then just to make it look not too weird, let's do that. And then that. Okay, so, but in all fairness, these might be covered up, so we might be able to change that at a lower level. That's always fine. You can play around with that to some degree. So could I maybe even have like a little wall or some section like that here then? You come in, you've got that thing there. You can then... That's like that. And again, it doesn't have to be like that. That can absolutely go off and do its own thing that way. Nor does it have to be 3 wide either. I can happily have 2 wide stuff around here. Alright, okay. We can then certainly have this bit being floor. Because what you can do in here, well, in all fairness, let's do it. Let's do this bit then, because that can actually absolutely break down like that. Okay, let's do this, and then let's go over here and destroy down here. And that can be our middle of the tower. Kind of like that, how it opens up into this little area here as well. We probably want to actually then fill this in so that it's an even flooring. Let's get some torches and bits and bobs out here. We need more dirt. Okay, let's just get my dirt thing here and go, hey dirt. Hey dirt. And pop, 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 pop like that. Like that, like that. Okay, we are getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. And this can all go. And then we can do a little bit of this. But we need more maple. Let's get a maple. No, no, not that. We can just kind of do this. Bring it in a little bit, bring it in a little bit. Okay, let's get this all down here. So there we have that tower section. Okay, okay, okay. And then we can just boss you out, and then boss you out. And then we've got you, and then finally you. Okay, so we have our whole flooring. It comes down in here. We're going to have our whole stickity-doo in there. Then it's just a case of how do we break up rooms? What kind of rooms do we want it to be broken up into? How are we going to do this? So, we have like little cloaking areas like this aren't necessarily a bad thing in all fairness. What we want though is to say, hey, you could always maybe have something going along like that. That this is like that doesn't matter too much. You could then have a one room through that goes into here. That can be stairs going up perhaps. Or even, there we go, you got two doors that way. Can that work? Yeah, could work, I suppose. Isn't necessarily a bad thing. Isn't necessarily a bad thing. Okay, what have you got? A mystery scroll pouch, moss blocks, aspen, tulips, corn kernels, a fairy slipper. Oh, that looks quite nice. And a swamp. Ugh, right. Yeah, I'm unsure what's going on here really at the moment. We can certainly have something going along and working in that area. We can also a question of do I necessarily want like the two doorway there? That kind of breaks things up nicely. So you've got like walkway there, walkway there. We can then do something here. This can absolutely go all the way along. This doesn't have to be it's off or anything like that. That doesn't have to be a foundational bit of floor. That is absolutely fine. Because you can then certainly have it set up where we have in like our normal ceiling, and then we have the next bit of floor. We can have well, let's go get some spruce. And let's then have a spruce roof. And even calculate a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 times 9. Okay. 14 times 9 minus 23. Okay, only a couple of stacks needed. That seems to be fine. That's fine. I'm just going to put that there. And then I can just happily run across and go, yep, same, same, same. Okay. And then let's go spruce again, because we do just need, let's go for another couple of stacks. There we go. We can kind of whack that one in there. Whether this one could actually end up being a slightly higher ceiling, don't know. That could always be a thing. It doesn't have to be a fixed. Doesn't have to be a fixed height. In all fairness, just obviously that's the height at which we kind of generally do flooring. And then if I do bring it out that one way, how does that work in terms of this little bit of roof here as well? However this ends up sticking, however that ends up sticking out, how does that work? Yeah, we probably want to do that really at some point. I like how it worked over there, and I think it might work again. So if I do that there, and then yeah, it's only going to be like a slight kind of thing over here. Okay. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Let's get our maple out again. And then let's also generate another stack. So there we go. And then let's do that, that, and that. Are we out? Oh, is that it? Is that it? We're out of maple? Okay, well, let's then do a little bit more. Let's get some more in, because I'm just wanting to cook up the exterior of this building somewhat, really. That's all we're doing here. And we can just work on the shape. All we're getting at. Okay. So if that is there, I then probably also want, we'll see how this works, but you're kind of one of them. Then we've got like you, that's, and they can go like that and build you all across there. Do you end up looking like that? Yes, you do. Similarly, you can do that. And then you look a bit like that. It's fine, because then we can go, hey, you need more stone brick. And we can then put them in place. Actually, no, tell a lie, we need more stone stairs. That's okay, because we can go to stone stairs, make a whole bunch. Because then what we can do here is just accentuate the buttresses. Okay. Okay, and the rest can be figured out at a later point. Then it's a case of spruce log. Because then we can actually go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I know you're going to end up being 5, I think, but still. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Clearly we need more, a few more stairs. Not many, just a few though. So let's make you into stairs, sure. And then go on, let's make you into stairs and all. So what we can do from here is, oops, let's try and not get stuck in the tree. Can certainly do that. Let's copy them out. Let's just put these extra layers in here. Yep, that's fine. And then I can sort of go, hey. All right, okay, and then similar there. And left. Okay, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. Not so bad. Not so bad. Not so bad. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then 1, 2. Oh, okay. Okay, so we're getting the basics of the second thing put up here. Yeah, it might be a case of it's that we actually do go around with a difference. Yeah, they are like, what's that? 1, 2. You're 3 tall, aren't you? Are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's the extra one. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I think they might have been one taller with then the sort of strips in between them. But I think we're getting somewhere at the very least. We just need to light this up a little bit. Okay. In that sector, in that section. Oh. Okay. Right, okay. Well, I think like I'm happy with how this is kind of proceeding to a degree. Let's maybe just pop those in there. We need to do a little bit of planning on the inside, I think. We can certainly get these bloody traders out of the way. A mystery scroll pouch is always a bit of a hey, is it worth spinning some emeralds to see what kind of things we've got? If I was to go, hey, emeralds, what have we got? 83. Although I suppose I don't think I'm making emeralds in mystical agriculture, am I? Let's just go and have a quick look. How are you actually even doing in here? Let's have a quick look. Power is draining rapidly. You are all growing nicely, but yes, we have netherite and coal. That seems to be going nicely. Okay, why is power draining rapidly? It's this problem again. Or maybe it isn't. That one is nicely full. You are going through your oil tremendously. You are doing your thing fine. Appears we are generating a lot more. That's insane how much we're generating just from all the pyrolyzing stuff. And you're trying to mix that stuff. You're trying to do that stuff. Maybe Ash needs to burn more heavy oil than... It seems to be going fine. Okay, well, let's make ourselves another hardened component. Let's do that, and then go, right, I need to make this gold gear. Then I should be able to... Oh, crikey, get out of the way. There we go, and then that can take in some extra space. Only draws in a bucket every time it takes a thing. That does its thing much better. You are pumping in that fluid, and you are burning it in as quickly as you get it. That is something. That is something. That's full. You're now full. You're doing your thing. You're burning away nicely. Okay, okay, okay. So you're full. You're full, so you're no longer doing any centrifugally goodness. Are you pulling from here or from here now? I'm not quite sure. We've got bonus pyrolizing. Okay, okay. Oh, that seems to be doing nicely. But yes, we then probably do want... because that, yeah, I mean, that is burning fine, burning fine. Oh. See, that is jumping up a little bit now. Maybe it's doing all right. Or maybe it is now, whereas before, yeah, it wasn't quite burning fast enough. But yeah, like I say, we can always build in the ethylene and stuff. And if it runs out of power over there, no biggie. We'll just keep pumping power in. That is not a critical system. Not critical. Okay, okay. Well, let's to begin with, let's get a couple of doors. There we go. And then, like I say, we know that this is going to be the where you have all of your enchanting tables and stuff. This is going to be the main. That's going to be the main enchanting area. Could even have the experience crystal in here. That could be pretty good. And then, yeah, because then you can tick away, and then you constantly just have the right amount that you need for whatever it is you're doing. Okay, yeah, I can work with that. I can work with that. Maybe even have it in some way that if stuff's set back, this is set forward. Crystal, crystal, crystal. Yeah, I think we can make use of that. So what am I doing in here then? What is this? Oh, really get out of it. What is this space? What is this space? How am I making use of what we've got here? This is certainly just a bit of an entrance corridor. That is fine. Having it be 3x3, like that is fine. Having this offset so it's a 2 space is also fine. But what are we actually using the spaces for? This could be a little bit of a processing cupboard, in all fairness. We could hide something in here. This can be just a bit of a non-area. Yeah, this can be just the whole... blah, blah, blah. That's fine. This thing... This thing can be a bit different. I know we have that shape there, and I was going to replicate it here. But the way we can almost have the roof kind of coming out. So you could even have that be... let's go roof. And what have we got? Because if I do the slight roof... then you can do a whole no, I think that might be alright. Okay, if this is too high, break that. Just break this a second. What if it was instead like this? Like that. And then it then does hang over. That hangs over by one, which is fine. That's what you can do to... that is fine. So then this would hang out one here. There we go. You can kind of do that there. Because then you can do that, like that. Means that becomes a kind of a... Alright, how can we have a window in that area? Whereas if you were all raised up by one, I could happily have that to be a huge 2 window. Still have that roofing up by one. This can be 2 by 2 open. Okay, let's try that one again. What if you do come out like that? Oh goodness, I don't know why I keep getting that in the wrong ones. Okay, let's then have you like that. Oh goodness, come on, come on, come on. I just need to fly over. Like that. Here we go, here we go. Step on the end, like that. That then has you doing this. So that would actually have you be... You wouldn't actually be that kind of thing, would you? You would be the wooden one. But that still allows you to do stone. Big window. Okay, yeah, that might work. That might work. And then you can just kind of absolutely come out of that one. So like that. And then like that. Okay. This will then allow for, let's go at Macaw's roofs. So we have, do we have any of the other ones that we want left? No, no we do not. Let's go Macaw spruce, because here we've got the regular one, but I need, and we've got some of those ones, but we need a couple of these really. Got 16 of you. And we need to make, let's make a stack of sticks. Because we need some of the low ones. And how many of the low ones we need? Not as many in all fairness. Because then I can absolutely place these with bricks. Doesn't really matter that much. Oh, break you down, bring you back. Okay, that's perfect. And then what I can do is like this. No. Okay, there we go. Yep. And then finally these ones. Oh wait, no. You need replacing with that. I think that should be right. And then eventually we can then look at that. Then you've got your little extension roof coming off. You can then kind of have it be however you want it to be, really. But probably with at least like that. Because then that means you can at least then do... You probably could do... There we go. So we can then put it like that. Then like that. There we go. Might work, might not work, in all fairness. Let's see what we can do. Even if I did it kind of one like that and then... Yeah. Okay, well, no, it's still kind of nicely, still kind of nicely done. And that does look a little bit odd, but I think if you didn't have it, even if you did have it, the window go up to there, that would still look odd. It would still look odd in that way. Like, even if this was just stone, like if I got rid of this and went stone and stone, I think that equally looks a little bit... Oh, yeah, no, it does look a bit odd, doesn't it? You can happily do that, so you've just got like a one circle frame, which is a bit odd. Well, yeah, you could do like a fence or something in there. You could make that work somehow. It's just, yeah, like I say, it's very odd. You could then, admittedly, because you've only got 1, 2, 3 pillar, 1, 2, 3, could even do this to be like, and then kind of trying to keep it in that kind of fashion. Kind of copy it across a little bit. These are all things that can work quite well. Okay, well, yeah, I think I'm happy with how that's kind of coming along. We, and amusingly, then you can even have like a stairwell being in here, because in this tower is probably going to be 3 stories tall. Probably the taller elements of this whole place. Because yeah, this is going to be sort of a standard height. And then we can then have the bits and bobs in here. Okay. Okay. Is that fine? You got this to me. Yeah, could make this some sort of work. You might even then fill up quite a lot of the space, but at least you can then do kind of a some sort of spirally thing in here. You can make use certainly of having sorry, I actually need to put these torches in here as a guideline. Like 1, 2, yep, you're off in the middle there, 1, 2, you're off in the middle, 1, 2. Right, that means then that is there. Okay, and there you have your ceiling, which kind of goes all the way around. Yeah, I wonder if maybe you could kind of duck this in and have it be. How would this work? Because even if you did sort of like a whole UMSs like that, that aspect like there just breaks that up terribly. Oh goodness! All right, I hate to do this again. Yeah, we can happily do. I could happily break that up into stone bricks. Because then you've got like, what's that? 1, 1, 2. Yeah, 1, 2. Or that would then make that be. Oh no, it'd be here, wouldn't it? 1, 2, 1, 2. Ah, right, okay. I wonder if I could then do 1, 2, like that. Oh my goodness, I'm just putting blocks all over the place right now. That's okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. We could then have it be. Unless I kind of had it as like the weird little corner section, because you could happily do it where this is actually then 1, 2, like that, for example. It's really then it is that, isn't it? That is the pattern. These panels are 1, 2, 3 stone, 1, 2, 3 stone. So if I got rid of that one and then went in like that, hey, hey, hey. Similarly, okay, we can get rid of this, and you are actually 1, 2, 3. your stone. Like that. So then your entranceway is really here. There you go. That's kind of fitting the rhyme scheme, as it were. Because yeah, then if that was the case, then I can just go around and around and around. And that then kind of fits in terms of, it looks a little bit weird here. You might be able to get rid of it in some way. But you could equally just have it be like with some extra doors here. So you can even do the whole like that. Then that kind of at least breaks them up. And you can even do like if this is kind of being too much, you can actually do that. Stone. There we go. That kind of fits in with that kind of corner, and then sure, it's kind of cornered off. But then you can come in, you can go around, you can do all sorts of things in this space. That can be quite nice. This space is then nicely done as well. These windows are quite tall, but that's fine. Actually, what you could do in here is you could say, hey, that for whatever reason this is just a higher roof. You can make that work. You can make that work. Let's just do another stack of this. Oh, I already had a bunch. Oh, I already had a bunch. So I can always just kind of whack that in there, and then oh no, oh no. And then like that, like that, like that. Ooh, groovy, 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 groovy. Yeah, I like that. And then you've got this whole kind of little space here. This maybe even want to be. I want to be like that. The comparatively to being like that. That is then symmetrical to that point in there. That's quite nice. Which makes that too long, but then you can equally just kind of bump that like that. And then, oh my word, am I always just leaving doors behind? And I can go door. Another set of doors, please. Thank you very much. And totally, like, you come in here and then you've got door. That's pretty hilarious. That is pretty hilarious. And then you can be like that. That's fine. So there we go. Like that, like that, like that, like that. This is ever so slightly different. Oh, good grief, goodness grief. This area we can... that kind of almost works the way that you've kind of got like the one and the space there. Again, you could have that as stone, really. But can work with that space in there. We can work with this, we can work with this. You can certainly have that just be more spruce, so it kind of gives it a continual feel. You can actually just be blocks, maybe. You do actually want to be stairs, and in all fairness, the other ones might want to be stairs as well. But let's do that, let's do that. So then you've kind of got all sorts of things going on in here. You're going to be like that. Okay, okay, we're getting some nice little bits of space in here. And this can be window, window, window. I can illuminate this to high hell. That is the tower space. This is kind of your porchway entrance. You could even do a little something in here. Because this is so odd, you probably want to either hide this section up or... That is kind of, there's some broken patterns going on in here, so it's, yeah, this isn't great. You can make it just... I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that bit yet. Come back to that bit, come back to that bit. How many torches do I have on me? 20, 34, a lot. Yeah, maybe let's actually stick you back there. We'll come to you in a little bit. What we've got going on here is fine. This can be... Almost 2 iron bars here. That's a great little kind of just one window kind of way of doing things there. In all fairness, this can be iron bars here as well. Just while it's kind of the downstairs area. This is just a little bit interesting. You have glass upstairs, but down here can be iron bars. Okay, okay. And then that is, like I say, going to be chimney. That's going to poke out there. Okay, okay. This I do want to be glass though. So let's go glass. And how much do we have of connecting white framed glass? Not terribly huge amounts. But enough. Alright, and then let's get some lanterns. So I can put one in there, put one in there. Don't really want to go overkill. You don't want to go overkill. With the light source. Might be good to have something else going on, but even still. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine like that. Would agree. And certainly put one there. Put one there, even if, yeah, weirdly have them sort of juxtaposed, because that one above the door would be weird. It's already a bit odd that it's kind of smushed in so much. But it does suit the other side more. And then we'll get around to this bit. This then we want to have let's go wool. I'm gonna put a couple of these back. I'm also gonna put that in my storage for now, and I'll put the roof away. Those little roof sections we don't need. Also, just right now. I do want the wool. B cost, then we can go building gadget wool. Because we've got this. We've then got this. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Hey, we need more wool. Okay, let's get a bit more wool. That's fine. I'll end up knocking some holes into this as and when, but as it stands, this is going to be probably the main kind of window aspect, to the point of probably like that, probably like that. Like that, okay, and then yep, sure. Yep, sure. Okay, window. Fine. Let's do similar over here. 1, 2, like that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Okay, and then we can go like that. That. And then like that. Okay. Nice. Okay. This can probably be broken up into panels of some degree. We'll get around to that in a bit. What we do need to watch out for, though, really, is actually this. Doesn't necessarily want to be like that. What we do need, however, is another 1, 2, 3, like that. Come on, there we go. Another one. 24. Okay, like that. Okay, okie dokie. So I can just do that, and then can I go, hey. Brilliant. There we go. Let's just kind of get it on the little, make sure we get it on the right bits and bobs. Hey, we're out of stone. Okay, stone. Put you, and another one. Let's get another one. I think, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then one of them. Okay, well, we can work on that. Because this is just 1, 2, 3, 4, isn't it? Yes, it is. So if you did, then five. Okay, that. Yep. Is that right there? I'm not so sure it is. I think that is just... yeah, that's the point. Are they just different heights depending on where the tower starts? Oh no. But you are... You're only 3 tall, normally. 1, 2, 3, and then stripe and 1. Oh no. And here, yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right, and then it goes 4 there, because... Yeah, missed that one up, and then it goes 5 there. I reckon then, yeah, all these want to be stone. Because then that's when I'm going to have the beams going across there. Arg! Okay. So stone, brick. I need... Oh, stone, brick. Oh, never mind. Let's make it from here. Let's just go break things. In fact, let's go fast. Ooh, that is a little bit too fast for me. Yeah. We're making a mess of things. All right, let's go normal. And then we can kind of just quick nip around like this. Then we can go, hey, 1, 2, There we go. Let's put in our little bits and bobs here. There we go. Right. Because then I can put in my spruce logs. Just like that. We might have to do something in here as well. In fact, let's, before I then start going around and filling these in to such a degree. Could even have one, because I think that might be even halfway. I think that might have worked out quite nicely. If I get my torches, and let's just measure this out. Let's go 1, 2, 3 torch. And say 1, 2, 3 torch, and then 1 torch, and then 1 torch. No, it's actually even. Right, so that is split there, of course, because yeah, that's fine. That is actually fine. Then we can work around that with something. We can work around that. But what I know I do want is this potentially quite large chimney. And normally you break it up by using sort of like either stone, bricks and andesite. So let's make a whole bunch of brick blocks. Okay. Let's get some, sorry, not andesite. I want granite. And I also want some, is it smooth granite? And I think that's a good kind of mixture of blocks to have. Is there any other ones I can maybe do if I go to the stone cutter and say, hey, what can you do me in Then there's cut granite there. You got polished. You got layered. You got cut granite blocks. What else is there? You do cut granite bricks. Is that one of them? Oh, pretty cool if you do. I know you've got your brick wall. More granite bricks. Okay, what? Do you maybe do anything in brick blocks? Oh, hey, you kind of do. Like, oh, brick running road. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, actually, there's some nice little brick bats. There's some nice stuff. Brick windmill weave. Okay. Chiseled bricks, mixed bricks. Oh, I might do a few of you. And then maybe 2 for 1 on the bricks. And then same with the, so I'm just moving these out of the way because I'm going to use the 2 for 1. Alright, let's split you in half on the granite and the polished granite. Yeah, that's fine because then I can just get my, where's that trowel? Although admittedly, first off, I need to actually break the existing. Do I actually want to bring it out a little bit more and we can tuck it in one? Do I actually want it to be like that? Okay. Okay. And we are already, we are short of bricks. So let's go for like that, and then just pop them in here. We probably actually want to cut in a little bit before where we have done. I reckon you can knock down 2. Alright, okay. And then here we go. Nicely done. Because then, yes, what I can do is then maybe can you do stairs with the brick? Yes, you can certainly do one of them. What about with granite? We can do cut granite stairs. Yep. We can do polished cut granite stairs. Yep. Any more for any more? Any more for any more? A couple of granite stairs. Yep. I need one more. Let's make it a brick type one. That's the only stairs we have. Oh. Okay, that should be more than enough in all fairness. That should be more than enough. Okay. That's a pretty huge chimney in all fairness, but hey, that works, it works, it works, it works. Pretty beefy, it's pretty beefy. And yeah, because then I would then wrap in the... Oh, well, I suppose you can see where you're going to have the things. Yeah, if you follow the same lines that are below. So it's kind of one each on either side, so... Let's do that then. Yeah. Here we go. Let's go like this, like this, like this. Fine. All that granite and whatever you can go back in storage. You're just bricks. Shovel can go back, and also the shovel can go back. But I do want more spruce log. We end up needing to grow more of this stuff soon. Well, that's fine. I can always get another. What do you call it? Okay. Anyway, we're going to do this. We're going to do this, and then. Am I happy just to do regular spruce going across? I think I am, you know. I think I am. Okay, so we can then kind of go like that. We can go like that. Then we can go like that. Oh, come on, up we get, up we get. Then I can happily do that. And that is that. That is also that. And then finally, that. Oh wait, no, missing one, missing one. And here we go. Oh, look at that, would you? Look at that, we're one short. Isn't that something? Let's go. Hey, spruce. I want some spruce log again. More log. More of those poison sacks. Cool, okay, well there we have the basics of our wall. We'll definitely do some of this one. I think that is something we can happily break up. That is too big a flat panel. You're fine. You are going to... you're going to be fine. Okay. And I can probably kind of start putting the roof on this whole section. And then, yeah, kind of just have the tower bunching out of it. And then work on, you can sort of hide a lot of this stone in here that can go and all be replaced with wood. And then we'll just divvy up and break up the top half of the room. Okay. What have we got here? No, that's not what I want. Popcorn bucket. Hmm. Well, we are. I think however long we've been going for, a couple of hours. I'm gonna start wrapping up, I think, because I think I've got a little bit started. We can at least. Hmm. I think maybe you want a little bit more. There we go. Roof. I think I'm also concerned just in the power aspect of this as well. Like, while I do want to get it done, eventually. Oh no, that's going up now. Okay, cool. No, that's fine. If it's heading up, I think it was just. Was it a bit jammed? Was it getting clogged up again? Does it need someone just to look at it? But this now seems to be doing quite nicely to itself. It seems like because that's now filled up, it's now coming out of here. So how are we doing in terms of oil? We still got 12. We still seem to have absolutely loads of oil left, and this is now just happily burning it away, kind of quite frequently. Yeah, because I guess that is now producing twice as fast as that, but hey, we're still getting stuff. All gravy though, it's all gravy. So yeah, I do want to let's get some of the roof in. Let's get some of this roof on. So I want to go at Macaw's roof. And what do we want? We need the straight bits. So I'm actually going to put just some bits and bobs away for now. Don't need them on us right at this second. What I do need, however, is I need a whole bunch of you. I know I'm going to need more than that of you. And also you. And let's at least get this whole shebang kind of worked on, and we messed it up straight away. So you've got to really get the bottom aspect. Here we go. Here we go. So we got that. Then we've got that. Okay. So then I can now do that. Oh, that's the point. I will need more wool because you need that as the material, the wood material in the middle. So then you kind of go like planks, planks, and then it itself kind of goes like, hey you, hey you, hey you. And then we can just kind of do this to a degree. That does that, and then I can go hey, 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 and then like that, like that. Okay. And then we go perfect, and that's kind of nicely in the middle. So then we can do that and that. That, and then that. And that means we can nicely kind of do our main kind of, you know, roofy thing along the top there. That's not a problem. So there is our sort of central roof. Cool, 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 cool. We can then do something similar over here. Although, yeah, I guess it's like that. Because then it is one of them. And like that, and then like that. And then we can go hit more roof, more roof, more roof. Okay, okay. Let's then go here and then let's do roof like this. And then a little bit of that. Okay. And then do a little bit of this, do a little bit of this. There we go, like that, and then one in the middle. That's perfect. Because then we can do this, and then that. And then that. Okay, so that is kind of the main triangle of, oh dear God, that roof done. And then we can then bingo. So that can just kind of go into there like that. That is perfect. In terms of what I'm doing on this side, because yeah, the tower is just gonna kind of otherwise come out of the, even if I have like the little bit of the apex here, that's still going to be coming out of it. So let's do at Macaw's roof. Let's go stone bricks roof. Oh, of course, I need a woodcutter. Let's go stone brick. I need a block of you. I wonder if I can make you in the woodcutter directly from cobblestone. Actually, that would save me a lot of trouble. That's for damn sure. No, no, I can't. You want it to be cooked, don't you? That is fair enough. I don't actually have a means to do that. Okay. Let's just then. Cool. Right. Let's make sure a bunch of that's going through, and then we can finally say, "Hey, where is that Macaw's roof?" There we go. Let's get it done. So I've done the trim along that way. That is fine. Let's then do the trim along here. So we can do that, and then here we go. Just getting it all nicely checked in. Which, well, yeah, I could certainly actually. I mean, I could kind of just curl around this corner and have it where it then just pikes up there. And then with the tower doing that, that might, I mean, it might kind of work out all right, in all fairness, rather than have it come out halfway, and it will look very, very weird when I do that. It will look weird. Okay. Well, let's also then just continue on to the chimney. Because in all fairness, I can at least do this. And then okay. Oh, goodness gracious me. So what we can then do is say hello, hello, hello. Yeah. In all fairness, let's just pop it on there as well. Excellent, eh? You're actually the same orientation, aren't you? So oh, would you look at that? Perfect. Perfect. So if I go at Macaw's roof, and go into here, we need another 64 of that, and get it done. Yeah, this chimney probably wants to be too tall, but otherwise, nip in here. Oh, dear me. But still, that's pretty nice. That's pretty perfect. In terms of doing that, that's pretty alright. Then I can just bring you in like that. That's there. There we go. Perfect. 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 And you can do that. And then do that. And do that. And then nicely done. Nicely done. Okay. And then I can go like that. Okay, we are going to run out of this yet. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're doing so well as well, and I just had to mess it up just a little bit. Okay, so you are going to pop out like that. It means that you are probably actually going to pop out one further. Okay. And then we're going to need more at Macaw's roof. So let's make another 64 of these. I like as well that it'll use the oak for the sticks, so as not to use more spruce. I think is wonderful. That's done there, and then do that for this bit here. Okay. Okay, so we are getting quite a bit of our roof in. This is quite nice. And then for this section, let's just turn it around like that. And I can go in, and lay it in like that. And we can always do... It was a bit too much of an angle, that one, which is why it kind of went off on one. And then I can just, in all fairness, put you on there like that, and then just one more. And then we can, hey, get in here, do a little bit of this. Now, so yeah, this is the bit where I'm unsure of what I want it to actually look like. Do I want the apex to go along, or do I actually want the roof to kind of, yeah, just curl around? That might work actually. It might kind of just break up the shape enough, make it a little bit different, which is no bad thing. Actually, then it means that it wants to cut in a little bit. Because, and we're going to need more, So if I go at Macaw's spruce, there we go. Yep, sorry mate, I need another 64 of you. We need all of the spruce. In all fairness, if you do that, and then around, and then like that. Then yeah, you do kind of get this little odd it doesn't look too odd. Certainly won't look too odd because the rest of it is just let's get a bit of this actually. Let's keep an eye on you. Okay, so let's tuck you in a little bit. Let's tuck you in, and then I can do hey like that. Hey like that, hey like that, and then these two kind of then tuck in there nicely. Let's maybe bring it in a bit so not so extreme. Next, not so extreme. And of course, because this is wider, we'll automatically then need to do something with the roof anyway. So let's get ourselves a temporary block. can do that. Let's then destroy you. And then you can happily have that one go along like that, like that. Because then this can be... what logs have I got the most of? Still oak, really. I could hide a whole bunch under here. Because then I can do... no, sorry, it's still Macaw's. It's still at Macaw's, but I'm doing the roof, top roof. Still don't think I have enough of it, really, but... And then... Okay, so at least you can kind of filter it like that. We're going to need more of this. Okay, that's not a problem. We can head over here and then just kind of go stone, brick. Oh, we're almost out. Let's send it in, but then we want a whole bunch of half roof. Where is it? Top roof. That will do. Probably, maybe, hopefully. And then we can at least kind of go, hey, like you, like you, like you. Like this. And then we'll see how this kind of actually works. Because I'm not entirely sure I know how it will at the moment. It should all just kind of nicely feed together, in all fairness. Okay. Alright, that's Macaw's. I'm going to need another, and I'm going to need another 64 of you. Keep cooking up that roof. I also don't need you. Presume then this will actually just kind of go up one, I think. Like this, I guess. Okay. Okay. Then yeah, I'm going to need yet another temporary block, unfortunately. But then I should be able to... And I think that should be it. I think this is then the height of which it's going to get. This is as high as it's going to go. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Oh, no. Okay, we're almost there. Oh, for God's sake. You've ruined me. Another one? Come on. Let me just also put that back as well. There we go. And then let's do... That'll do. Yeah, this is going to end up being a little, well, it'll make more sense, I guess, when the tower kind of pokes out, but otherwise, this is pretty nuts in that, that was close. I want to go oak planks, then we can just, there we go. And then it goes to the top. Okay, that is like a little strange. That is a little bit strange. Do I maybe want to put in some... No, because I think if I try and do them as stone, it'll look weirdly square. I think it's kind of just braces it nicely. I think to a point. But what I can do then is let's get some stone. Let's just get some regular stone. Because you can always then do the whole 1, 2, 3. It's just like that. Similarly, you can do what's going on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means that, and then that. Three, 4, 5. Okay. Because then you can do the whole 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think it is panels of 3, isn't it? It just goes 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Blah blah. Yep. So, like that, like that. Check I'm happy with how that looks. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay, so then you can just do this nicely. Okay. Same over here. Let's go 1, 2, 3. And then that right. 1, 2, 3. You can do 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. Oops. Okay, and then finally, so that's kind of that panel as it goes there. But what I do want to do then is oh, the phantoms are coming. The phantoms are coming. So you do actually want to be as sort of a, there we go. And if you do temporary blocks there, so then we can do 1, 2, right. Okay. And then like that. Okay, so then there is that tower kind of coming up like that. Means I then should be able to then get the roof going in to a point anyway. Haha. But what I can do is I can always then kind of like, hey, you, like that. Like that. That kind of works then basically. Then that kind of just fits in nicely there. and then the tower can kind of finish up there basically, and you can do your thing as and when required. There we have the basics of the roof put in, with then the tower kind of poking up, and then that can, it should be one more, and then that can be capped off, like I say, and then that is kind of this one, and then that is the kind of the facade of the house that is that one. Do I want to maybe, I could extend that up there, and then you could even have that be, because what is that? It's 1, 2, 3, and then have a pintle, and then you could have it in 1, 2, 3, and have a pillar there. So if that was the case, then it would be like that, just to break this up a little bit with spruce logs. So it's 1, 2, 3, bam, and then similarly this can be 1, 2, 3, bam. And it might look weird at first, being, and what do I need? I need a log. We need a spruce log. Because then you could do like that, like that, like that, that. And then you could happily have a nice big old window in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, let's do that. That's an exceptionally huge window. It's that, or yeah, you'd have to have like two twos that are just nicely in there, with then something else. Oh, maybe that could work actually. Let's do that instead. Let's get rid of you and you. And then you can kind of do like that. Would it look weird maybe if I replace those ones with double spruce log? Let's do that, because I know it is an awfully large amount of, well, it's a lot of wool. I'm never quite sure how double log looks. In this instance it might just work. Yeah. Oh no, okay, it makes it. Yeah, I think it can work. I think it could work. You could even then maybe split that up with a different type of log actually, and that might then have a good effect. And if you did sort of that strippy one and did that in the middle, then it might look just about right. In all fairness, similar, I can want to fill that in. It might be good to have a beam going across or something like that. Maybe I'm still going up. Because yeah, you often have like yeah, it often kind of goes off in some way. And then you could maybe have something going on here. In all fairness, the back can be pretty bland. That doesn't matter too much. You can then have the roof going up, and then yeah, because if I did like was it brick, almost out of brick block. And then if I also went granite, we've got polished granite, we have granite. Let's make up a bunch of clay and get it done. So if I say, hey, clay. Oh, do you know what? We've got a couple of stacks. So let's go. so what have I finished using? We've finished using the roof sections now. That is all good. We want to... what I'll certainly want is some trapdoor. Hey, always want some trapdoor. And we'll also want some campfires. Probably 6 of them. Okay, let's go for a couple more of these. There we go. There we go. So if I was to go brick again, here we have it. And then we can go brick block, brick block, brick block, brick block, brick block, brick block, brick block. A whole bunch of the brick blocks. Let's just make a couple of the mixed bricks, which I think were right at the bottom. Yeah. Because then I believe it was just a case of 2-for-1 ratio with polished granite, 2-for-1 ratio with mixed bricks. And then, where's that trowel gone? And there we have it. Okay. Oh, we're almost out of mixed bricks. Okay, that is surprising in all fairness. Might that be enough? And fortunately, I am fireproof, so we can just kind of do this. We can do this. Can I? No. Damn it. Right, okay. That means I need a temporary block. And then like that, like that. I need more trapdoors. Trapdoor. Okay. I can go like that, and then here we go. Finally getting right to the end. There we have it. You can go away. I don't need like 10 fires in there. 6 is already more than enough. And that kind of looks like a nice little bit of a chimney. Is it tall enough? You normally think it would stick out a little bit taller, but no, I think that's fine. Any taller and it might be. Yeah, I think that's fine in terms of illusionary smoke. I could always actually put them on top of hay bales that break the blocks underneath, and then they would be even more smoke. But I think we're fine with that. I think we're fine as it is for now. Oh, I can't put them on. No, I can't put them on hay because the blocks are sat on are visible to the outside. Anyway, I think that's a good wrapping up point. So let's take our screenshot. Let's stand forward a bit. Let's maybe get that tree just in shot. Yeah, okay. I know it's an unfinished building, but hey, we are getting there. Otherwise, I think I'm very happy with that. So there we go. I'm complete with Wandering Trader in the background. And yeah, I think that's a great little stopping point. I'll see you all next time. Bye.